Hi guys, I'm going to do an ad audit on a general remodeling and painting advertisement here. I'm going to take a look at a couple things here. The offer at hand, the ad visual, the ad copy, and then the ad headline slash call to action button, and how we can improve all of those. So the offer, it is a free quote and up to $300 off of general remodeling or painting services. And you'll notice in the ads that they really don't emphasize that discount at all. They just direct people to claim their free quote, and it's only very subtly included in the visual component that there's a $300 discount at hand. When really, like, let's emphasize that that's the actual deal and discount for people. So we really have to put emphasis on that and attach scarcity to that. Anytime you do an X amount of dollars or X percentage off of a project or a free quote, say $300 off for the next 7 customers, or put some sort of specific scarcity or timeline behind it until October 31st or what have you. You know, make sure people have a reason to act now and not wait or consider it. So the visuals, you'll see that it's just a vertical story and the square image here. And you'll actually notice that they just took the square image and they put it on the vertical and just added stuff around it. You know that it really isn't a different creative at all. It's just the same creative with blue background. Contact us for a free quote, and then general remodeling at the top. And so you see what I mean by saying the offer is hidden here. You have in the yellow font here in the middle of this vertical graphic, and then the bottom of the square, up to $300 in discounts, residential and commercial. That's the offer, along with the free quote. And you'll notice that's a subtle yellow box or yellow button at the top of both. That's the offer, and we need to make sure it's not hidden. People easily understand it, because really we only have like a quarter second to register in people's mind, like whether our offer is engaging and interesting or not. And if they have to dig around to or look around to find the true value behind picking our services, that $300 in discounts, then nobody's going to take advantage of it. Let's make sure it's public and relevant and featured, prominent in our ads. So that's first thing. The top of the graphic in this vertical advertisement here, it's going to be cut off by your profile picture, your Facebook page information, and then in some placements they actually have your headline there in the top like 25% of the visuals. So the top of the graphic will be covered. This is pretty much irrelevant. The general remodeling, painting services, trim wood, siding, floors and floors, LVP, ceramic. Nobody's going to be able to read that. Contact us for a free quote. That also may be covered as well, because you have your reply now bar, you have the like button and sharing button. All those buttons really do cover about 20 to 25% of the visual in story placements. So this contact us for a free quote, it'll still be able to be seen, but it's going to be behind all of that. So that's going to be covered. And then lastly, and I'm going to touch base with this here on the square one, there's too much text to sift through. There's too many different fonts. There's like 50 words on this graphic. There's 3 or 4 different font types and sizes. It's way too hard to find, what needs to be communicated here. There's no clear visual hierarchy, meaning my eyes do not follow a intentional hierarchy to the offer or the call to action. They're all over the place. First, like if I close my eyes and then I open them and look at this ad, I see old house, professional remodeling services. Then I'm kind of drawn to this yellow button at the top. I might get stuck at the top, and then I have to come back down here to eventually get to the $300 in discounts and contact us for a free quote. There needs to be a clear visual hierarchy for people to psychologically interpret what this advertisement is offering. And so, we need to have a simpler one where we're just including the remodeling services and then the offer at hand that flows, a diagonal from the top left to the bottom right where that call to action button will be. That's typically the hierarchy that we follow. Same deal, different story with the square image. Offer isn't emphasized enough. We need to move this free quote button where it's more visual. That's the call to action. So let's move it down with the $300 in discounts and make sure that we are actually directing people to do that and take advantage of our discount here. Remove this second image. That's something I didn't mention with this vertical one, but remove the second image. It just kind of clutters up space. And again, when we're talking about clear visual hierarchy, a second image is going to stop people and maybe just overcloud their eyes. We need to make sure it's easy to see what is what the service is and interpret what the offer is. So if you want to use a second image, great. Make separate creatives if you want to show the variety of your services, because I do understand that may be a rebuttal. Well, I want to show two different service types that I'm doing in this visual, but just run two different ads. Simple as that. Simpler visual, only include remodeling services in the offer. So the ad copy here, it does need work. Here it is. Carlos Painting Service, need a painter, free, should say estimates, hassle-free. Call us today, the best contractor. Get a free estimate now. Their number. We work in Atlanta, Georgia, and 200 miles around. They have their services listed. And then get in touch to receive advice. And then their number again, which is obscure. I've never seen that one before. So a couple things here. Stronger opener. Carlos Painting Service, need a painter. That's such a boring, lazy, uninspiring opener. Let's make sure we're enticing and engaging with our audience. Call out your audience earlier. So Atlanta, Georgia, it's the second line, but let's put that in the top line that we are looking for people in or around Atlanta. More powerful benefits. When you just say the best contractor and hassle-free, everybody can claim that. Everybody does. Let's make sure we're actually putting a little more oomph behind the benefits behind our services. Because again, that's so easy for people just to claim. It's like the world's best coffee. How many diners in New York City alone claim that? Clear call to action that aligns with offer plus directs people to click button. Currently, that's learn more. We're going to touch base with that on the next slide. But so again, with the call to action, the offer, nowhere in this ad copy we're mentioning a $300 discount. If you're putting it in the visual, let's get as much value out of that offer as we can, and also make sure we're clearly telling people what to do next. We're telling them to get a free estimate now, get in touch to receive advice. It looks like this should be a call now advertisement, but then the call to action buttons learn more. So it's just a little confusing. My version of the ad copy, maybe I'm biased, but I think this is going to serve them better. Atlanta home and business owners looking for a top-rated painter you can trust. Claim $300 off when you book your next painting project with Carlos Painting Services. We offer free estimates and a hassle-free experience. No stress, just stunning results. Our services include, and then I listed the same exact services, just a little more organized and easy to read. Proudly serving Atlanta and up to 200 miles beyond. Click Get Quote now to secure your discount and get your free estimate, or call us today at this number. So I did not include scarcity on the offer, but I think just one simple good step forward for this ad copy is to include the discount in it. So I believe this would be a major improvement for the owner. And then the ad call to action and destination, that's the last touching point here. So they're directing people in the headline, get a quote now, make it get free quote plus $300 off, limited spots remaining. It just is going to perform better. Everything about it. More specific, the discounts included, a numeric figures in there, and then limited spots remaining. Even though, that's pretty weak jargon, you're probably going to read that everywhere. We're still going to be a little more enticed to react to this advertisement. And then instead of learn more, have get quote, have them fill out an instant forms rather than direct them to your website. That's where this one goes. So there we go. Carlos, if you'd like me to run your ads, by all means, reach out to me.